and welcome everyone to this morning's webinar. My name's Johnstone. For those of you that don't know me, I'm a solution consultant and account manager here at Eureka Solutions. I'll be hosting today's webinar, which is on the NetSuite 2023.1 release highlights. Now, some of you may have joined these webinars previously, so may know what to expect. For those of you that haven't, here's a quick agenda of what we're looking to cover today. So we'll start with a new release overview. Now, that's everything that you need to know about the new release process and getting prepared for that. Of course, we'll just be touching on that today. So if there's any further details that you require, then please feel free to reach out to your account manager, and we would be more than happy to help guide you through the release process. Now, following that overview, we'll then be jumping into our top 10 highlights from the 2023.1 release. So just a quick overview in terms of what to expect from the 2023.1 release, as well as any other NetSuite release. Just a reminder that NetSuite is updated, has a major release twice a year, so all customers are on the same version of the software. Now, all customers are scheduled for the 2023.1 release between February and March, and one phase per month. Now, in terms of the exact upgrade date, that would be provided 3 weeks in advance, so you may have received your upgrade date already, or you may still be waiting for that. In terms of accessing information on the new release, the new release portlet can be added to your dashboard so that you can see upgrade date, as well as access sneak peeks, release notes, and test plans. Now, in order to add that to your home dashboard, you simply click on Personalize and New Release to get set up there. And as mentioned, that gives you access to all of the sneak peeks, release notes, any information related to the new release. As well as this, administrators can request access to the release preview. This can be done through following the setup and then company and then release preview path. Now, this release preview is a copy of your system in the new version, so it can be used to test all of your key processes and customizations, as well as having a look at the new features that we'll be discussing today. Just a note that the customer scheduled maintenance is now available on the Oracle Cloud infrastructure. So this means that you can change your upgrade date. So if it's within February, March, or April, the 3 months that this release will be coming to you, then you can change that date using the customer scheduled maintenance. Just before we jump into our top 10 features of the 2023.1 release, just a quick disclaimer that these new features may be subject to change. The release notes are reviewed weekly, and to be able to access what has been changed, you can go to the NetSuite Help Center, click on the What's New tab, and you'll see a Help Center weekly updates. So worth keeping an eye out just in case any of the features that are included in the release notes are removed, as well as seeing any features that are added to the release notes as well. Just a quick view of the new release portlet. Now, once again, this can be added to your home dashboard, and it gives visibility of the release notes, the sneak peek blogs, any release preview guides, and so on. So that can be added to your home dashboard if not already. So now we'll jump into our top 10 features. Now, once again, today is mainly based around just giving you an overview of what these features are. And once again, if you would like to investigate any of these further, then please feel free to get in touch with your account manager following this morning's session. So coming in at number 10, we have got the data center update subscription. So just as a reminder, NetSuite's current status and incident history can be checked at status.netsuite.com. As of the 2023.1 release, you can now subscribe for email or phone updates that are published to the status page for specific data centers that you want to receive incident reports from. So previously you could subscribe for updates, but you would receive updates across all data centers, including the likes of the North American and APAC data centers. But now you can sign up specifically for the data center that you are on and receive the instant reports and updates for that. Moving on to number 9, and something that is included in most, if not all, new releases are UI enhancements. So in this release, we have got some global search enhancements, which I will show you what they look like shortly. But they are mainly search results from the menu search feature now appearing in a current page results section. Searches using the menu search feature include all fields, tabs and subtabs on the current NetSuite form. And there's also a couple of shortcuts that have been added as well. So to be able to view the current page results without using the global search, you can use Alt-Shift+G. And as well as that, to view the complete list of results, you can click Show using N as a shortcut to see more results. Now, in addition to this, there has also been a new preference to display the inline editor sublist tooltip. Now, you may remember this from the previous webinar of the 2022.2 release. This is just a minor update that allows this feature to be enabled or disabled as of the 2023.1 release. In terms of what these look like, you'll see on the left-hand side what the UI enhancements look like for the global search, and on the right-hand side, you'll see the new preference for the sublist column name tooltip. So worth keeping in mind, there's always going to be some UI enhancements in these releases. Just wanted to highlight what they are in the 2023.1. So moving on, at number 8, we have got our rebates and trade promotion SuiteApp enhancements. Now, you may remember this SuiteApp being added in 2022.2, but in 2023.1, there have been enhancements to increase the capabilities of the rebates and trade promotion SuiteApps. Now, with these enhancements, the SuiteApp can now be used with kits and assembly items in addition to the standard inventory items, meaning that you can now avoid error-prone and inefficient manual calculations on more item types within NetSuite. As well as that, there has been an update to the recalculation behaviour, meaning that users can edit a quantity or price on sales transaction lines without losing the previously calculated agreement. Now, those of you that have been on NetSuite for a while, you'll know that these new features and SuiteApps that are brought out are constantly being developed. So this is just an example of some improvements that have taken place with a previously released SuiteApp. Coming in at number 7, we have got an enhancement to the personal information removal feature. So the enhancement is basically improved and streamlined the removal of personal information related to addresses to comply with GDPR, CCPA, as well as other regulations. So it's mainly to simplify the easy for me to say, the anonymizing of address data. Previously, you had to select each individual field that was related to the shipping address and billing address fields, but now to select all of the corresponding address fields, you simply have to select the shipping address and billing address fields, and that will automatically select any corresponding fields. Now, just a reminder, to access the personal information removal screen, you go to Lists, Mass Update, and then Remove Personal Information. Coming in at number 6, we have got intelligent item recommendations. Now, you may remember this from the last release highlights webinar, but there has been some updates and improvements to this functionality as well. So just a reminder, the artificial intelligence functionality. So for the intelligent item recommendations, it is artificial intelligence algorithms that calculate and display product recommendations using data including what the customer has bought in the past, what other customers with similar transaction history have bought in the past, as well as what other items were bought by customers who bought a specific item. Now, previously in the 2022.2 release, there was some limitations for the availability of this functionality. It was previously only available for accounts with at least 50 inventory items and a minimum number of transactions in the past 12 months. But as of 2023.1, this feature can now be enabled in all NetSuite accounts that have CRM or website features enabled. In addition, there have been some feature enhancements to the intelligent item recommendations, including new item types, which are buy again and alternative items. And beyond that as well, intelligent recommendations are now also available on opportunity records, increasing on the sales orders and estimates that they were previously available on. In terms of what that looks like, you may already be familiar with intelligent recommendations. This is what the functionality looks like here, and they are providing suggestions based on the artificial intelligent algorithms there that are working out what customers may want to purchase. At number 5, we have got an enhancement related to the advanced revenue management functionality, which some of you will be using. Now, as of 2023.1, there has been an enhancement to include advanced revenue tasks in the period close checklist. Now, these two tasks are to recognise the revenue, which enables you to create the revenue recognition journal entries, as well as a task to reclassify the revenue. So this enables you to create the revenue reclassification journal entries. Now, although these have been added to the period close checklist, you can still mark both of these tasks as complete if you do not want to run these processes. At number 4, for those of you that are using project management functionality, we have got project status enhancements. So when using charge-based billing and project revenue recognition, you can now customize which actions are triggered by the status of your project. First of all, we have got the create actual charges during midnight run. Now, this box is available when charge-based billing is being used. If you were to check this box, it would indicate that projects with this status, actual charges should be created during the midnight run. And for in-progress project status, this box will be checked by default. In terms of the create forecast charges during midnight run, this box is also available when using charge-based billing. It is checked to indicate that projects with this status, forecast changes should be created during the midnight run. Once again, for the in-progress project status, this box is checked by default. Finally, for the completely billed status enhancement, completely billed is now available when using project revenue recognition. This box is to be checked to show the completely billed button at the top of a project record when set to this status. This button can then be used to begin the project revenue reconciliation process. Coming in at number 3, we have got some enhancements to the fixed assets module within NetSuite. So the first enhancement is focused around the asset split feature. So the enhanced asset split feature now enables you to split assets into multiple records in one single transaction. On the asset split details subtab, you can specify the quantity of assets for each record that will be generated following the split, and the values for the generated assets are calculated on the split quantity, as well as being able to change these values. In addition to this enhancement, there has also been some improvement to the leased asset functionality with the introduction of quarterly and semi-annually rental frequency. Now, coming in at number 2, once again, another SuiteApp that was released in 2022.2, and some of you may already be using this, or some of you may already be aware and considering the use of this. But with 2023.1, there have been further enhancements to this SuiteApp. So just as a reminder, the expense commitments and budget validation feature allows you to create budgets for specific accounts, segments and period combinations, and validate purchase orders, purchase requests and supplier invoices against this budget. Now, as of 2023.1, there have been 2 enhancements. The first of which is allowing you to roll over the budget, meaning that you can now roll over unused budgets from the previous budget period into the current period. Now, beyond that, the additional enhancement is that there is now support for different budget methods. At this moment, the SuiteApp only supports monthly, but from 2023.1 onwards, the SuiteApp will now support quarterly, yearly, as well as custom budget periods where you can manually enter the start and end date. Now, coming in at number 1, and the final feature on our top 10 list is the Item 360 dashboard. Now, the Item 360 dashboard provides a real-time and concise overview of the item's current status, as you'll see on the right-hand side of the screen there. You can access data from various areas of NetSuite in this one consolidated dashboard, giving you all of the information about your items that you require. You can view all the transactional data that is impacting that item, as well as receive alerts to allow you to make informed decisions. You also see on the picture on the screen there just now that, as well as having the overview, you can drill down into the transactional detail for inventory, purchasing, manufacturing, and sales, allowing that full holistic view of the item in the Item 360 dashboard. So that concludes it for our top 10 features from the 2023.1 release. Obviously, we haven't taken up the full time for today, so if you have any questions, then please feel free to ask. Otherwise, if you want any further information on anything that we've discussed today or any guidance on the release, then please get in touch with your account manager. But thank you to everyone that has joined this morning. And once again, any questions, then feel free to pop them in the Q&A box.